podcast for life.
Doggy Charles. Yeah. Let's go. Yeah. The microphone messiah. Yeah. It's the microphone messiah. And Mr. No Days Off. Microphone messiah. Mr. No Days Off. Phil, Brandon, what's good, y'all? Let's go. Bullet Cast host. Look, this is the time for us to be great on podcasts. Let you know this is the time and how the vibe lasts. This is the feeling of time and when we on it. You know we got no time for no opponent, just the feeling. This is the time of the greats on everything that we say. You know we about getting paid. Every opinion of wrestling. You know we got the truth in it. Every time you know that we on, this is the movement. You know the Bullet Pass podcast been on. You know the time we on, the feeling. This is the time of dealing. We live in life.
Yo, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It is I, the microphone messiah, Phillip, joined by Marlee and Brandon Tanguma. What's going on, guys? Marlee, what's happening?
What's up?
Hi.
That's it.
Sorry, didn't bring the energy. It's on me. Hand up accountability.
The edible is kicking in, if I'm being honest.
Oh my god, I hope you're about to be locked in.
I'm about to be so locked in.
I love it. We have some sad news. The legendary Kevin Sullivan has died at 74 years of age. Kevin Sullivan, also known as the Taskmaster. You know, with all the spooky dooky things going on in wrestling right now with the Wyatt Six and henceforth, Kevin Sullivan was kind of the original OG spooky character in wrestling on television. I mean, the Taskmaster and his Dungeon of Doom, you know, they shaved Hulk Hogan's mask, kind of one of their biggest moments and things like that. Aside from being an in-ring performer, Kevin Sullivan was booker for WCW, came up with some really great moments, came up with some not so great moments, but nonetheless, and a pioneer of this game. I saw Kevin Sullivan. Brandon, I believe you were at the Cow Palace APW show with me, the Cow Palace Royale. That's when Pat Patterson was there. I remember I was walking kind of through the crowd, and I kind of walked past Kevin Sullivan. I was like, okay. Somebody pointed him out to me and said, oh, damn, shit, that's crazy. So, Brandon, thoughts on the life and career of the legendary Taskmaster?
Yeah, I mean, you pretty much covered it. Up and down career. In the early, I forget if it was like early 90s or late 80s, he did the more satanic gimmick with woman, Nancy Benoit. So, like you said, the kooky Bray Wyatt stuff that's kind of getting a lot of buzz going on right now. He kind of dates all the way back to that. And the booker, he was the first booker of the that first Nitro. And, he was always that like steady person in the back at WCW. And there was always, Russo leaves, Russo comes back. Bischoff's there. Kevin Sullivan was always there. He always seemed to be the fallback plan. So for better or for worse, he was there in WCW through the 90s. And I think he is someone who doesn't get kind of talked about enough, like when it comes to like the Nitro era and just kind of WCW in general. But he had a long career, maybe not like the most successful career, but like, that Dungeon of Doom era in the mid 90s when Hulk Hogan came over to Nitro was probably his most notable time, where people probably remember him or kind of know of him the most.
We can say that Kevin Sullivan did not kill WCW.
Yes.
Marlee, any thoughts on Kevin Sullivan, the Taskmaster, anything of that era?
I feel like you guys said it best, but I could mainly offer my condolences because I've only seen a handful of Kevin Sullivan, I don't know, clips and whatnot. But I did watch the clip of him and Woman. Like the day he passed, everybody started posting the clips, and I was like, "Wow, this seemed like a really cool guy." I wasn't too familiar with WCW outside of the one Halloween Havoc in '89.
Okay. Kevin Sullivan, pioneer, like I said, of this industry. RIP to the legend.
Also, maybe famously part of like two of the most infamous like work shoots ever when it comes to the Chris Benoit, Kevin Sullivan angle, and the Booker Man, Brian Pillman angle.
I didn't want to speak on the Chris Benoit of it all. I was just gonna leave it, but all right.
Well, it's unfortunately it is a part of his history.
Yes, yes, it is. They say he booked his divorce and Chris is getting together with Nancy. I was like, that's wild. Yeah. Yeah, nonetheless, RIP to the Taskmaster. Randy Orton, the Viper, the Apex Predator, the Legend Killer, signed a 5-year deal with World Wrestling Entertainment. Orton, he is sticking around for what, 2029?
Can't wait.
Yeah,
That's
wrestling.
That's how math works.
yeah. So I mean, he said he wanted to do this till he's 50, so it'll be 49. So
I was
he'll
gonna say,
probably
that brings him up to age 49.
sign an extension year. Yeah. We didn't. I didn't put this on there, but I guess we have a confirmed list of dates. John Cena will be doing 36 dates from January 2025 to December, and he said, he has no desire to continue once he has his last match. I mean, it's a while out, but it sounds like Cena might be the one guy that doesn't come back.
I mean, we always think they're the one guy to not come back, and they always come back, except for Sting. I think Sting's probably not coming back.
We'll see. Marlee, thoughts on Orton's deal, and then thoughts on Cena and all those dates.
Orton's deal is crazy because I feel like he's just been around for as long as I've been watching wrestling. So to see the longevity and to extend that longevity is pretty cool. It's one of those wrestlers you kind of grow up with. So to see him still going kind of warms my heart a bit. And then Cena's retirement tour, man.
Gotta be at least one of these shows to.
It seems like that's on the
Yeah.
lower end of what like we were speculating what it would be. We're thinking maybe like 40 to 50.
Well, no, he said 30 to 40 at the press conference. So
I thought it was it 36th?
Yeah, the 36 dates. He's not going to wrestle all 36, so he'll probably have maybe like 15 matches.
Yeah. I feel like he might pull a Sting or maybe a Stone Cold. Like he might not go full Sting and be done. I can see him making a couple appearances at like WrestleManias down the line, like that one year he brought back
he just
like the Chain Gang Word
okay,
Life.
yeah. No, he's saying like at the end of 2025, like he won't wrestle anymore. He'll still make appearances and stuff like that. So that's fine. Kofi Kingston, 43 years old. Happy birthday to 1/3 of the New Day. The New Day had some action on Raw. We'll talk about. Dakota Kai has a torn meniscus.
Yeah, sad news. I mean, Dakota Kai, I mean, she's been dealing with knee injuries and injuries in general for, pretty much her entire WWE run.
Long
She
time.
she was booked, I think it was to face Sonya Deville last week, and then that just like never happened, and then word came out that she has an injury, and then it came out yesterday that she tore meniscus, so out 6 to 10 weeks, so it seems like she's gonna be gone for quite a while.
That's very sad. AEW Australian Stadium shows. I heard something about this. Brandon, tell us.
Yeah, nothing confirmed yet. There's rumblings. AEW is doing things with Time Warner, and who knows what's going on with, or whatever it is, TBS, TNT, those people. But yeah, they apparently there's some rumors and speculation that there's going to be some big announcements coming up, and maybe one of them is that AEW is going to run a stadium show in Australia in 2025. No set time or date. It seems like it's possibly the 3 big cities on the East Coast, so Melbourne, Sydney, and Brisbane. So one of the 3 big cities over there, and yeah, so maybe if they don't do a Wembley show next year, maybe they try to do Australia next year.
Okay. Fan mail. We do have some. You know this guy, Brandon. You know him all too well. We
Copenhagen Smith.
No, I miss Copenhagen Smith. Marlee, have we talked about Copenhagen Smith?
No, we have not. I'm only familiar with Mr. X.
Yes, well, that's who sent us fan mail. Copenhagen Smith was a guy that used to send us stuff on Twitter back in the day, like 5-6 years ago. Yeah, no, his Twitter profile photo was a can of Copenhagen chewing tobacco. And yeah,
Wintergreen, of course.
yes, wintergreen, yes, evergreen wintergreen. And yeah, he would just send us thing. Matter of fact, what was the last thing Copenhagen Smith sent us? Dude, let's look.
I feel like we do this like every 6 weeks.
Do we?
I feel like we've done this bit before. I mean, we've definitely done this bit before, but I feel like we've done this recently.
Okay, so the last thing he sent us on Twitter was from November 18th, 2019.
Oh wow.
I thought he made a
Wait a
comeback.
minute.
I think he emailed us, but it wasn't via Twitter.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
Anyways, Mr. X, who day?
yes, all that. Mr. X, from here on, do you think they will have collision in smaller arenas? I hope so. Look, I mean, we talked about this, man. They just need to run in smaller venues. It's fine. It looks cool, because everybody, like we're so used to seeing like the arena shows for weekly television. It's fine, you can pack more people in there, or you can pack a decent amount of people in there, get them loud. I think it's fine. Marlee, what are your thoughts?
Collision is the show for smaller arenas. I would save Dynamite for the big arenas. And if they could, save Rampage for the smaller arenas, like detach Rampage. Have Collision and Rampage back to back in the small arenas.
You just need to get rid of Rampage. I'm
That
sorry.
Yeah,
that too. I mean, if they can get rid of Dark and Dark Elevation, they can definitely get rid of Rampage.
Yeah,
I mean, because Ring of Honor could essentially fill that slot that is Rampage. Because having Ring of Honor behind a paywall to me is kind of diminishing the brand.
yeah. I mean, they were.
Is their brand diminished now?
I mean, they were always on a paywall. You had to like live like on the East Coast to kind of watch it on television for free. But yeah, no, it's just.
But I mean, like in this new revival, like
Yeah.
I feel like it would be better if it took Rampage's spot
Or they
instead of
could
just
they could do
hiding
what
behind.
they could do what NWA Power did. Just go on YouTube.
See, that would even work better.
It was fun. I remember like when they started NWA Power. It was every Tuesday 6:05. It was fresh. It was exciting. It wasn't too long, and then we'd move on and wait to see what happened next week. Just shoot a whole bunch of stuff weeks in advance. Just run it. Will Joe Hendry win the NXT title? I believe in Joe Hendry.
North American title, maybe.
Hey, did y'all see somebody hacked some stadium? I forget where this was at, and they uploaded a photo of Joe Hendry's face, and it's like the largest screen Joe Hendry's face has ever been on. Y'all
Did
see
not
this?
see this.
Yeah, I
No.
was like, damn, that's a different level of over. Like, wow. Brandon, you
This
think
is I was gonna say this is one football player who was like they were doing the training and he was singing the Joe Hendry's theme song during training.
yes,
Shout out Jamal Williams, New Orleans Saints. Who dat?
not the New
Best-
Orleans Saints.
Best backup in the league. Not
I
really,
saw.
but
We're just going to talk about. We'll talk about the football in a second because boy Gable Steveson had his first preseason game, right?
no clue.
Did he not?
I don't know. I'm not watching preseason snaps. Preseason, whatever. He didn't sign for that. Who did he sign for? I've already forgot.
The Bills,
I don't care about the Bills preseason games.
bro. I saw he was suited and booted. I was like, okay, see what
Let's
happens.
see if I can find some Gable Steveson tape.
Right. He also says, I'm excited for Bronson Reed and the attention they've been giving him the last couple of weeks. Will it lead to the title opportunities for him? And what other wrestlers who seem to be spinning their wheels storyline wise from any company could you like to see get a push? Where is Ricky Starks? Where's Ricky? Where's Ricky Starks? Where's Wardlow? Man, come on now.
Where's Scorpio Sky been
Where's
at?
Scorpio Sky? Like where the hit is at? Where the hit
Where's
is
Miro at?
Where's God's favorite champion? Bro, I guarantee you he goes to WWE they'll love him at first, or hell, he comes back, he beats Braun Breaker for the IC title, and then he turns heel and becomes God's favorite champion. I think that'd be great. He's not the turn heel, but just God's favorite champion in general. over there with one of those titles. I think that would be cool.
Gable Steveson took 8 snaps this past weekend. So I'm seeing this. I'm seeing the tape. He got double teamed on some of them. He plays defensive line or defensive tackle. Does not look very impressive at all. But yeah, we'll keep an eye on that. We'll be back here next week for Gable Steveson tape review.
Right? Hello. Okay, let's see.
Oh, he's wearing breads in the as his cleats. Look at him, man. He did a kip up in the end zone while stretching.
He about that life. All right, SmackDown. Cody Rhodes starts it off, and then Solo and the Tongans come out there. They're looking for Roman Reigns. KO saves Cody. Yeah. So then all this leads to later on in the show where Roman Reigns returns to SmackDown. He takes out the Tongans, and then he gets his hands on the Ula Fala for just a second until they come back at him, and then he gets on Solo a little bit, and then he just completely lays out the Tongans while Solo escapes with the Ula Fala. Marlee, what were your thoughts on the main event segment of Friday Night SmackDown on Fox?
I feel like we're getting some solid builds. I feel like this might culminate at Survivor Series, but the little seeds that they're planting about Roman holding the Ula Fala for just a second, and then even I think it was Tama Tonga when he was handing the Ula Fala back to Solo, he kind of had a minute of like wait before he had like a little moment of hesitation before he handed it back to Solo. So it's the little Easter eggs,
Man,
little
yes.
little seeds planting that I'm following, that I'm interested in there.
Solo did the same thing to Roman a year ago, and look at where we are. Sam Roberts says everything counts, and it does. It all pays off later on. Brandon, thoughts on the main event segment?
Yeah, I mean it was pretty just standard. I mean just build on the Roman return, big pop, have Roman it was basically like a retrack of what happened on Sunday or Saturday, but just with the Tongans involved to kind of, beat him down a little bit, have him sell, and then, tease him in Solo, but obviously not like a full-blown beat down on him. So, I mean, I don't know when they're gonna have a Solo Roman match. They're gonna do it eventually. But they do need to try to find a way to kind of make Solo a little bit more of a threat because I think at this point, I mean, even we saw it at SummerSlam with him and Cody. If it's just Solo and Roman one-on-one, I don't think people are just going to be there to see Roman kill Solo. They have, like what are the stakes of Roman versus Solo?
The Ula Fala.
Huh?
Hey, yo, shout out to my guy, Alfred, Pro Wrestling Bits. He put out a video. He put out a video that says the jewelry in WWE is more important than the AEW World Title. I was like, all right, let's watch it. Hey, look, I do feel as though the Ula Fala and the bracelet Punk and McIntyre are fighting over. It feels more important than the stories they're being told with the AEW World Championship. I can honestly say that.
Well, it's more important because CM Punk said he doesn't care about it anymore.
Look, I still have my feelings. I was like, damn, they fighting over a bracelet, and I kind of feel it. I kind of felt some type of way.
Also, did this particular person or like maybe other people who were saying how AEW doesn't have any black wrestlers or in consequential things talk about how there's no black wrestlers on SummerSlam? Just asking, just asking. Just
no, he did mention that, but he said the card hit, so it was okay.
Oh, so it's okay. Okay.
He did mention that there were no, but the card hit, so it was all right.
Because those early AEW shows that had no black wrestlers, those were all just terrible cards, right?
Hey, no, hold on. Didn't nobody say that?
I
didn't say that.
Okay, I'm just
them early AEW. Hey man, them early AEW shows was hitting. Like we can't deny that. They was just fire. But yes, we're still waiting for Roman to kind of explain what's going on and everything like that. And we're waiting on the return of Paul Heyman, so that's going to be something. Cody wants to face KO for the WWE Championship. KO says, I don't deserve it, blah blah blah. So he goes to Nick Aldis. Nick Aldis and Cody are talking. Then Aldis brings up, I was thinking about Roman Reigns, and then Cody kind of just had this look on his face, and KO hates that idea and remember, like, I mean, he terrorized us for years and all this other stuff. So officially, Bash in Berlin, Cody Rhodes versus Kevin Owens for the WWE Championship. Brandon.
Once again, it's kind of a weak matchup for Cody. I continue to be, not very impressed on like his challengers he's had in this title reign. But I am intrigued to see what they do with KO. Once again, he's like, screw Roman, just like he was like that with Jay when he turned face. So, and he says he doesn't, want it because of his win-loss record, which is admirable and should be the case. And he brought up the automatic rematch clause, which hasn't been talked about in years. I wonder if maybe they go down a road if he doesn't want the title because he cares about, he likes Cody and he knows what a title match will do to him, and maybe that's like a vessel for him to turn heel. I don't know, but I did see a clip from your boy Sam Roberts who, was kind of echoing my sentiments about how every outside the bloodline stuff, every Cody title defense has just been like, I respect you, and we're gonna have a wrestling match, and I'm gonna defend this title to prove I'm the best, and that's pretty much all of his title defenses.
That is true. Speaking of the rematch clause, do you think Roman's rematch clause lasts for as long as he was champion? Do you think he has?
I don't read the contracts. I don't know exactly how that works.
I think that would be hilarious. I have 1,316 days to cash in on this. Yeah, no, Sam Roberts was talking about that, but he also said like maybe they're friends in this one, and then KO loses, and then he turns heel, and they go to what's the September pay-per-view? I think it's a blood money one, right? It's the Night of Champions.
Is there a September pay-per-view?
I thought hold on, let's see. There's just no way of finding out.
Right.
I thought they are taking they have like a little bit of a break. Dude, I don't need every single pay-per-view ever Wikipedia.
Yeah, no, because I think it's Bash in Berlin, then you go straight to Bad Blood.
Oh, so September's off.
I think so.
Then we get October is Bad Blood. Then Blood Money is November 2nd. And then November 30th is Survivor Series. We get 2 in November.
Okay, so all right. So I mean they can build it up on SmackDown to you probably get another title match on SmackDown, and then maybe this will form some story.
They are doing their debut SmackDown on USA sometime between then, I believe, right?
Okay, so you can have a WWE title match on that. There you go.
Yeah, I think it's Friday the 13th. That's the SmackDown.
Ooh.
Wow, that's also West Coast?
Yeah, the West Coast Friday the 13th show at the Foundry in SF.
Hello. I believe UGG was the next day in San Jose, so that's what's up. Yeah, so we'll wait to see what's happening with this. LA Knight, yeah, the United States champions out there. Santos Escobar comes out there, so it looks like we're going to be getting a program. Knight Escobar for the United States title.
I will say Escobar and Andrade put on a heater, because talk about locked in. I was locked in.
You put some respect on the WWE Speed Champion's name. Come on now.
Once again, Triple H put on the Mexicans together.
Yeah.
Anyways, that was a good segment. Good promo segment. Good back and forth. I mean, Santos Escobar continues to be like really good when he is given stuff, but yet he's not really given anything of substance.
But back to Mr. Rex's question. Let's push, bro. Let's push Santos. I'm trying to see him do some stuff. Inside the ring, Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling is making its return. Scott D'Amore is reviving the promotion. It's been defunct for quite some time. It's one of the oldest promotions around. It has roots from the Athletic Club in Toronto in the 1930s. Then, the 40s and 80s, and with the expansion of WWF and all this other stuff. So, yeah, Scott D'Amore is bringing it back. It will hold its first shows Saturday and Sunday, October 19th and 20th, St. Clair College, D'Amore's hometown of Windsor, Ontario. Former WWE champion Jinder Mahal will be there. Josh Alexander, Giselle Shaw, Kushida, Kylie Ray, Trevor Lee, the former Cameron Grimes, and more. Both nights will stream live on Triller TV. You'll love to see it.
As the leader of the Trevor Lee fan club, very excited.
Yes. This sounds very intriguing. I'm excited. No.
I already said, very excited. Trevor Lee fan club, number one.
I mean, it is exciting. It's very exciting.
Yes, 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 yes. I guess the final shows it ran was in 1995. So there you go. Damn, that's before I was alive. That's crazy. Mm. WWE's gonna be
I
having
remember that show. It was a great time.
yes, WWE's gonna be having a women's speed championship tournament happening on September 4th. Yes, we're gonna be getting a female speed champion. Right on.
Yay.
I mean, these things that exist solely on the internet is fine. Like I heard Sam Roberts reading a fan mail. Somebody's talking about a mixed match challenge title today. If they had one of those back when mixed match challenge was a thing, and it's only it was only on Facebook, that's fine. Like it doesn't interfere with the stories or anything like that. So it's whatever.
Yeah, I mean, as much as I hate like all the extra titles, it exists in its own universe, as you said. It's like almost like main event. I
Yes,
like they showed the main event logo in the background when Randy Orton was walking on a roll. I was like, oh look, actually main event on a regular WWE show. But
yes.
yeah, it's in its own thing. It doesn't really matter to me. I mean,
WWE main event. WWE. Remember Superstars. Remember WWE Slam.
yeah, I mean, I thought the show was, kind of fun. It was like a half hour show like on CW, or like it was like, read it with the morning cartoons.
Slam. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I guess the equivalent of that was like WWF Action Zone back
I
back in
remember
the
Daniel Bryan was on commentary and he was just unhinged. He was saying like just the weirdest things.
Daniel Bryan. Your boy's an interesting cat. They did the video tonight, right? AEW, the time of your life.
Yep. Cried.
Yep.
Oh man, I'm sorry.
Yep.
Mm,
Sad day, bad day.
mm.
The irony of
Um,
that, I was gonna say that I found out that was the song he wants played at his funeral. So I was like,
it's a
wow.
great, it's a great song. I mean, it's my favorite Green
Mhm.
Day song. I love it. Finn Balor and JD McDonough
It's it's
returned.
it's one of the songs that Phillip puts on his white person playlist when Baby Huey gets in the car.
Hello. I've if I Baby Hugh's been in my car like maybe once, and I believe I did play that. Yeah, there you go. Finn Balor and JD McDonough, the WWE World Tag Team Champions, returned to Ireland for Over the Top Wrestling for their 10th anniversary show on October 26th, 2024. Yeah, so it's nice to see that they will be coming home. And then Brock Anderson, the son of Arn Anderson, is going to be making his MLW debut at the end of the month on the 29th. You'll love to see it.
Yeah, I mean they put the video out OTT, or at least there was a fan cam of the video they ran that announced JD and Finn coming back. Big pop for them. So that's cool for them. Ireland boys coming home.
Yes. Brandon, tell us about Gunther, Randy Orton, and the RKO and the CM Punk and Drew McIntyre of it all.
Well, Gunther comes out looking all spiffy like he normally does, and Randy Orton interrupts him. They go back and forth, and once again, just like how Gunther tore down Damian Priest in like kind of the nicest European way possible, he calls Randy Orton a failure, just like the rest of his bloodline. And Randy did not like that, obviously. And then Drew McIntyre came out, and CM Punk, who apparently had travel issues, lied to Adam Pearce. How dare he lie to Scrap Daddy like that? And he attacked McIntyre. Gunther had his back turned, then RKO. So kind of blending two main event or two of the top stories on Raw together. So uh, I think it added something to RKO and Gunther, McIntyre and Punk. Your standard stuff, possibly hinting at a strap match between the two in Berlin. So I enjoyed more the Gunther Randy dynamic just because it continues to be good stuff between Gunther and Randy. So yeah, I mean match is not going to be Flair Steamboat like Randy promised last week, but at least the build has been good.
Marley.
The RKO out of nowhere on Gunther. I feel like Randy was the only one to really catch Gunther slipping thus far. And I think we are going to get that strap match between Punk and McIntyre, but I feel like it should have ended. Like their story definitely should have ended at SummerSlam because Drew won. He got the upper hand. But for the first bash in Berlin, you got to build something. So I can see why they're doing it. I just feel like it's being dragged out. But Gunther and Randy, I feel like they're going to put on a good show.
Yeah, Gunther's been saying how he's going to see everything coming. Randy can't surprise him, and then he surprises him. on this episode. So it leaves a little doubt that maybe Randy could maybe slip out and get the win at Berlin. But let's be honest, no one really expects that to happen. Then we had the start of Raw. We had Rhea Ripley come out and she cut the.
I didn't give my thoughts.
Well, I thought you were doing. When you told me to host the show, that means like you have to do something.
Yeah, I was watching the Daniel Bryan video. Damn. Woo! Hey now. Ah, you're an all-star, Bryan. Go play, brother. Go play. Look, people have been saying, "Oh, Randy, that RKO was kind of slow." My guy's almost 300 pounds. My boy been eating. Okay, Randy, I'm trying to see you at the buffet. Meet me at the Fale Kai. Yes, sir. Okay. Man, we'll have about 4 or 5 or 6 plates. You'll probably have 10. I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet. But listen, Randy, he still hit that thing, man. Come on now. Then Drew coming out there and the Punk, side blinded him. And look, man, sometimes you gotta. He wasn't lying. He just kind of. I mean, he probably did have problems. He couldn't get there on the call time, but he got there.
Maybe he got stuck in traffic.
Exactly. Where were they?
That Austin traffic can be a bitch.
They were in Austin, Texas. The return of WWE Hall of Famer, the world's strongest man, Mark Henry, with his son, Jacob Henry, by his side. Think Mark got one left in him. Can he tag with his boy?
I don't know.
I mean, the last time a father-son WWE tag team happened, Dominic Mysterio. Yeah, so I don't know. We'll see. But Dominic Mysterio on the Logan Paul podcast. I've seen some clips. Go check that out. That thing is funny. Yeah, man. Just spicing it up with Punk and McIntyre and the whips. He whipped that boy. I was like, yeah, you go, Phil. You go, my fellow Phil. I love it. I love it. And then the Terror Twins. I personally like Treacherous Twins. Hence the episode of our last episode, or the name of our last episode. I think that's better, but that's just me.
Not bisexual Undertaker and Lady Kane.
I mean, because I threw the Drake song for the IG. I personally, put that one out there. I was like, I feel like this is a move. How'd y'all feel when y'all saw that, Marlee? You have a face. You have a face.
All I could do is throw my hands up. I'm locked in. I'm listening.
The Terror Twins versus Dom and Liv is going to be happening at Bash in Berlin. This Bash in Berlin card about to be crazy. It's about to go cray.
I think that's my most anticipated match.
Yeah, because I thought they were gonna do Finn and Damian, and then Jay. He could tag with Rhea. They win, and then when they get back to the States, he could take her to Waffle House like he's been trying to do.
I mean, he could probably still do it.
They got Waffle House in Germany.
When they come back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because out of all the matches they've announced so far, Gunther and Orton, Terror Twins, and Judgment Day have like some real sustenance. Cody and Kevin don't really have any stakes.
Yeah, I mean, Cody and Kevin. Cody's back to his "I respect you. Let's do this." So a KO heel turn will help kind of spice that up. Cody hasn't really had that feud where it's like all right, enough of the nice guy, enough of the good guy politician, the diplomat. It's time to kick your ass. He hasn't really had any of that. So hopefully he gets some. Braun Breaker retains a 2 out of 3 falls match for the Intercontinental title.
Killed Sami Zayn in the process.
Bro.
That angle of him where he got thrown into the man.
That camera, the camera shots they're doing now, they keep taking risks, and I love it. The running with them, and those cameras are heavy. And to hold that and run like that guy, these cameramen are built different out here.
That Maury cardio. You are not the father.
Hello. Come on now. Brandon, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, after those 2 PLE matches where it seemed a little disappointing that they didn't really go too long, they kind of gave us some more longer match here. And I thought it delivered, like you said, that torpedo lawn dart thing over the barricade onto the chair looked disgusting. And Braun, I mean, he continues to I think him turning heel in NXT is like the best thing possible. It's like a mini version of Roman, because when he was in NXT as a face, it kind of worked, but then you kind of saw him flutter a little bit, and now he's a heel on the main roster. I don't know how long that's going to last because people are barking with him and people are loving him. So He's gonna be a star.
Hey, can we get my guy on SmackDown? Can we get the War Dogs back? Back to this. This is it. This is really it. Back to Mr. X's question. Baron Corbin. I need my guy to get some gold. Come on now, man. He's a former U.S. champion. I feel like people are rocking with him now. But he just needs to get on TV, and we need to see it, man. I need to see Baron Corbin get some gold over here, man. Bring back the end of days. I need the lone wolf back. Our
I mean, him and Braun Breaker were a fun tag team down in NXT, and unfortunately, like if Braun gets called up, he's not going to be in a tag team with Baron Corbin, and then him getting paired with Apollo Crews. It's just not the same. I mean, I don't know if there's someone else on that roster that you can put Corbin with that can have the same dynamic, but I agree. I think with the kind of weaker tag team division, especially like with the Bloodline being heels, I think you can have some like a fun-loving Baron Corbin babyface team and get something out of it.
Hey, Apollo Crews sat next to Roman Reigns one night, and then that was never mentioned again.
No,
or is that going to be paid off 4 years later?
Long-term storytelling.
Hello.
Could be.
Bronson Reed destroys R-Truth 5 tsunamis. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5. He got 5 on it. That was a real high 5. I'm here all day. I am here all day. See, I tell these kind of jokes when I'm sober. Be sober, kids. Hugs, not drugs. Anyway.
Yeah.
Thoughts on the tsunamis, Brandon?
It was a tsunami fest like it was last week. Yeah, as much as I'm not the biggest fan of the R-Truth stuff, I did get a kick out of the whole, Bronson thing and Randy Orton backstage talking with Miz and R-Truth. And I mean, once again, Bronson, destroying R-Truth, who is more over as a babyface than the Miz. So I think that's better for him to be a heel. And I wonder what's gonna happen with Seth allegedly on the show for a little bit. So I don't know how you keep this momentum up with Braun and kind of have him face somebody, because it seems like all the baby faces on that Raw side are kind of like taken up right now. I mean, I would have loved for him to like face either Drew or I guess Punk, but I mean, it looks like Punk and Drew are going to be a thing for a little bit.
Yes, they are. Marlee, what are your thoughts on the tsunamis?
I hope R-Truth can breathe. That's all I can really say, because took out Seth, took out Truth. I feel like they're really building up Bronson Reed to be somebody, but I feel like that could also, the tsunami spot could also get stale, because you can't have him come out every week and do the tsunamis. You have to have some sort of payoff. Like where is this building him up to? Where is this taking us? How many more people can he smash before we get some sort of like, okay, you're actually doing something with this character?
I see. That is true. Needs to get built up like that, man. Needs to get built up.
I mean, it might be early with the Bronson, or see, once again, as much as Vince had dumb ideas, the whole same name thing kind of makes sense. Braun Breaker, if he is going to possibly turn face or be more of a face on the roster, I mean, going up him and Bronson Reed seems like a lot of fun. Man, a little too early for that, I think, but something down the line if we are going to continue this Bronson Reed push.
We even talked about Vince in a minute. I'll throw it in here before we Linda McMahon apparently has been going around telling people that Vince's health is deteriorating. I mean, this is.
I mean, we're going the Harvey Weinstein, Bill Cosby thing. As soon as they go to court, then magically they can't walk anymore.
Well, I mean, Bill Cosby, like he was losing his sight and stuff. Like let's that's what
I heard
that was going
on. Debunked that though. So
yeah,
I mean,
it's a.
When we see him like at those Saudi shows or boxing shows, he doesn't look great. I mean, he's old, so it's like, of course that's gonna happen. I don't think he's like dying, but
yeah, I don't think it's anything like that.
There's been some court stuff back and forth. I've kind of paid attention, but it's the U.S. court system. It's gonna take forever.
Saw Bobby Lashley was on a podcast. Said Vince understood him. He got him.
I mean, I forget if I brought it up, but like Triple H and Lashley were cohorts for a long time, and as soon as Triple H took over, Lashley didn't really do anything. So I don't know if there's anything personal there, if there's just, creative is nothing for you. I don't know. Just like, I don't know what you could do with Lashley at his age, in the current state of WWE, but I do kind of agree that once Triple H took over, it seemed like there was nothing for him.
He had a boxing fight coming up, apparently. Yeah, I mean, Lashley was, hey, man, look, I'm just glad he got that run. I'm glad he was the WWE champion. I'm glad he got to do that twice. Ivy Nile joins American Made. They beat Alpha Academy. It was great. Great bounce back from the week prior in the hectic 6-man that was the Wyatt 6 match. So Ivy Nile will be with the Creed brothers and Chad Gable. Chad Gable was on Chris Van Vliet. Go check it out. Chad Gable talks about being compared to Perk Angle. So that's fun. Then Odyssey Jones picks up a victory, and then Kofi Kingston says, how about the New Day and Odyssey Jones versus the Final Testament? And Xavier Woods does not have the smoothest look on his face. Could we see an Xavier Woods heel turn?
I feel like it's long overdue.
Yeah, I mean, they were teasing it last week, and they really kind of hit you over the head with it this week. I mean, Kofi, good God. I mean, Xavier was kind of the one back, a couple years ago where he was kind of the annoying one, and now it's turned into Kofi. He's way over the top, and if Xavier is done with this BS, I'd understand it.
It's a possibility. It's a possibility. Bully Ray says it's time to pull the plug on the Final Test, and I almost said the Final Testament and Karrion Kross.
Yeah.
I mean, they're slotted right where they need to be. They're lower mid card. They take up space. It's kind of like that time. It's like, oh yeah, they're still a thing. But
can we get the world tag titles in the author's opinion?
Give them something.
They were the Raw Tag Team Champions at one point. I don't see why not. Brandon, tell us about AEW and then Mercedes Moné and Hikaru Shida.
So yep, it's the penultimate episode of Dynamite before they go over to Wembley. Actually, last Dynamite before they go over to Wales next week for
wait. Is Wembley this week?
That's the penultimate means second to last.
Okay,
that'll be next Sunday.
Next Sunday.
Anyways, very heavily on the video package, we talked about the Bryan Danielson one. We got Mercedes Moné defeating Hikaru Shida in a TBS title match. Why was it for a TBS title match? I don't know, but Moné wins, and then Britt Baker's music hits, and then Camille attacks a fan in the crowd or someone in the crowd because Britt Baker was wearing a Sting mask a couple weeks ago. It wasn't Britt Baker. We don't know who the hell that person was. Someone just got assaulted. No one's going to figure out who that was, but then Britt Baker attacks or almost tries to attack Moné. So now officially, after it's been like a month, the Britt Baker Moné match is official for Wembley. So there you go. It was a very awkward entanglement between her and Moné, but Baker and Moné. So I mean, you could put some blame on the Britt Baker suspension.
Did you just say entanglement?
Possibly. I mean, they were entangled because Britt Baker put her in the whatever her finisher is, and then Camille tried to pull out Moné and the lockjaw because then Moné was put her arm around Britt's back.
Listen,
she couldn't just pull her out. It was a whole thing.
I haven't heard entanglement since Jada Pinkett Smith. I'm sorry.
Formerly.
Yes, talked about her getting with August Alstina behind Will's back. Calling it an entanglement. And then the bro dropped a song a week later.
That was a moment in time.
It was. What did Rick Ross say on the track? Special moment in history.
That was a real moment in history.
What's the best part about it? The song kind of slaps. If I remember correctly, that song kind of hit, man. I'm not even gonna hold you. I'm sorry. Back to the entanglement of it all that surrounded the TBS.
Speaking of entanglement, I saw something on Twitter that apparently Kevin Hart took Marlee, and that's the reason why he cheated on his wife. So
whoa,
there you go.
Whoa.
He took Marlee, and then his friend said to go hook up with this girl, and then So
that's when did this happen?
This is back in 2017, and it was uncovered because of court documents or something.
Hey, blood. Hey, you never know what you're gonna get on this show. You never know. We got some Jada Pinkett Smith talk, August Alstina, Kevin Hart on Marlee. What? the Buffalo Bills and Gable Steveson. What's next? You know, they got a new team that coming to Oakland, right, Brandon? What's up with that? I saw like a photo or something.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Thought there was a new. Was this a work? There's no new team coming to Oakland,
I mean,
Isn't
are you
the
talking about the
new
Roots playing at the Coliseum?
or is
no?
that what
Isn't
this?
there
Or is
like
that
a
what? Or is that what that was? I wasn't really paying attention. I just saw something briefly.
there's
Is that
like
what it is?
a new women's basketball team? I think.
Okay, well, see, things are happening. Back to the entanglement on AEW. So this was a TBS title match. Dynamite's on TBS, right?
Correct.
Okay, you know I'm a stickler, bro. I hate when the TNT champion shows up on TBS. It pisses me off. It really
Well, we
like
got
I'm
some
gonna
TNT
be,
title stuff going on later.
but I'm gonna be real. Like that really upsets me. Like, bro, if you just I just yeah, I'm a stickler for things like that. Am I crazy for that?
No,
Okay,
because why? Why is well? Can the TNT champion even show up on TBS? Aren't there like
they do it anyway.
TV rules and stuff like that?
They do it anyway. It's stupid. I'm like, and then when it gets defended on the other network, I'm like, why? Right. Why is the TNT title being defeated on TBS? There are two other shows on the network. Do it there.
Well, there's only so many continents and oceans and intercontinents that you can name titles after. So
Okay, but this is named after a network. That's different.
exactly.
No, my point is the TNT title should not be defended on TBS. That's my point. Vice versa. Back to what happened here.
Speaking of another title that is it's an international title, but it's an American title, but then it's going to get defended in the UK. Anyways, they did a full-blown video hype package between Ospreay and MJF. So they were not live in the building, but these were vignettes or promos, interviews backstage, or not backstage, but you know, off in the universe. And I thought this was very well done. They're gonna have a face-to-face next week in Wales. MJF's been doing the rounds in Britain. I would assume. Well, Will Ospreay is also there because he made the save at the Rev Pro show last weekend. So we will get some face-to-face between those two later. Pac, speaking of the international title, he like won some sort of gauntlet match. Or he won something to be the international title number one contender, and then he was like, "Hey, I should like be in this match. I should be like wrestling for this title." But yet Ospreay just jumped me. So whoever wins this match at All Out, or sorry, at All In, I'm gonna face them at All Out. So they're already kind of laying the groundwork for matches in Chicago 2 weeks after Wembley. There you go.
Why?
Anyway,
All
speaking
right.
of that TNT title that Phillip loves so much on the TBS network, Darby had a video package or a video promo in the streets of God knows where,
No Taco Bell
and
commercials.
no Taco Bell commercials interrupted this one.
Damn.
And then Darby had a match, or was gonna have a match. Jack Perry knees him in the face, attacks him, puts him under one of those, I don't know what you call them, drop door hanger things at at the arena or buildings, and he was gonna kill Darby because apparently that's Jack Perry's gimmick, because he like kills everybody. But luckily he got stopped, and he's challenged Darby Allin to a coffin match. So we're gonna get the TNT title on pay-per-view or Thriller, Bleacher Report, or wherever the hell else you get your stuff from, in a coffin match.
Okay.
So there you go.
There you go. There you go. Hook versus Jericho at All In, the learning tree for the world champion, 115 days and counting. See, he was accompanied by BK. Thought that was nice.
Yep. We got kind of like the most talking, at least in ring promo Hook has ever had, and it was awkward. It wasn't great. I mean,
With
like
Shivani, yeah, he
the mic,
Right.
he wasn't talking in the microphone, like he wasn't picking up that well. His cadence was kind of off, and like I get it, like he's trying to learn, and he's been kind of learning, quote unquote, for like 3 years now, and it's kind of like, all right, buddy, you can only be like a raw
Has Hook been
prospect for
around
so
that
long.
long?
I mean, I was at the show in 2022 with Danhausen, that tag team match, and that was like kind of his first real big match. So like it's been over 2 years now, because I mean he was getting like squash matches back in like 2021, I think.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, damn, that's crazy. We'll see. FTR interrupts the tag title match.
Yep, we had for whatever reason, the Acclaim had their tag title match against the Young Bucks on Dynamite instead of waiting like 2 weeks for Wembley or whatever. I'll be honest, I don't really watch Collision, so I don't really know if there was an explanation, but to my understanding, there
Hey,
wasn't. It just kind of
shout out,
happened.
shout out Christian Cage in the turtleneck referee shirt.
Looking better than Seth Rollins. Some are saying, hey, apparently Seth's shorts got lost in the mail. Didn't get delivered on time.
Is that really what happened?
That's what the internet told me. And it does make sense because those pants, like looking back, did not match the shirt whatsoever.
They did not. I mean, they couldn't sew them up some real quick.
Guess not, or like go to some local like Lululemon,
Can go to a cycle shop real quick and just get some.
I guess not. But we had a tag title match. FTR tries to help the Acclaim because the Young Bucks are going to cheat. Then they beat down on the Young Bucks because someone spit in someone's face, and then now
that's nasty.
Christopher Daniels, who is the replacement for Kenny Omega, but then underneath Tony Khan, but yeah, Tony Khan makes decisions on this show, made the decision to have FTR and the Acclaim in the number one contender match on Collision.
Christopher Daniels, Curry Man, love it. Where the hell Shad Khan? We saw him once, never saw him again. Has any of that been explained? No.
Well, I mean, I think he was just there because they were in Jacksonville.
Okay, fine, but I mean, he got money. He can't. He got a plane. He can't just pop a flight to the next spot. Like I mean, what are we doing?
Well, he's not really like a part of the company.
So I mean, see, this is my thing with continuity. This is my thing. If
I mean, I think there's a lot of things of continuity, especially with this whole Tony Khan elite thing. Because, like as I said, like the hierarchy makes zero sense. Because like sometimes it's the elite making decisions, and sometimes it's CD making decisions, like here. But then also Tony Khan confirmed the coffin match for Darby and Perry. So it's very convoluted. I don't understand why they had to why is Chris Daniels middle management? It makes zero sense.
I just run Ring of Honor.
I don't
he
know.
should be the general manager for Ring of Honor. I think that'd be great. That'd be a great spot for him.
Yeah, I mean, I thought they were gonna. I mean, they still might do a triple threat match at Wembley, but
no. Yeah. So he shouldn't be the general manager of Ring of Honor.
Well, I mean, I don't watch Ring of Honor, so.
Well, just saying,
if he wants to, go right ahead. Be Adam Pearce. Be like the little smaller version of Adam Pearce.
Adam Pearce. I mean, so I remember when Adam Pearce was the NWA champion. They were like, "Oh, he's just a bigger, talentless Christopher Daniels." I'm like, "That's crazy." Y'all put some respect on the Scrap Daddy's name.
And now, however many years later, it's flip flopped.
Hey man, Adam Pearce, Chris Van Vliet, go check it out. Swerve defeats Wheeler. Wheeler Yuta still has a job.
Yep, he was the tune-up match, even though Yuta said he's not a tune-up match.
Is he the pure champion still?
Well, let's find out, because we are apparently a Ring of Honor podcast now, despite not watching a single episode.
We start talking about all these other companies, bro. Start talking about TNA, bro.
He is the former pure champion. Currently, Lee Moriarty is the champion.
Okay,
Lee did beat him for the title. I do remember that.
Shout out Lee.
I don't think I've watched a Ring of Honor since Damian Priest was Punishment Martinez.
The last time I saw Ring of Honor, I was in the building because they did a Ring of Honor collision taping. Saw Brooke Havoc and Johnny Robbie wrestle. Shout out.
Brooke was just on Ring of Honor recently. She fought Rachel Ellering.
There you go. Shout out Rachel Ellering.
Yeah. I don't think I saw a single part of that taping because I was too busy getting popcorn and beer, and I jumped over the row of seats and I tore my pants.
Oh.
Yes.
Good times.
Yes, he did.
Good times. And then these damn kids showed up in the suite, and I'm pretty sure those weren't their seats because I'm pretty sure that was like Baby Huey's suite, but it's okay.
Yeah, no, they just showed up in there. I was like, what the hell? Who are these guys?
Anyways, back to the main event. We had the Good Riddance music video of Bryan, which was fun, and then Bryan was in the crowd cheering on Yuta, not at ringside for God knows what reason. But then Swerve, competitive match, but ultimately kind of decimates Yuta at the end of it. Danielson makes the save. Swerve cuts a promo, talks about Bree and Birdie, talking about Bryan's family, and then he hits Danielson with the house call. So it seems as though, at least for this match, I don't know if it's a full-blown but Swerve definitely is a heel going into this match at All In. So, interesting that they're not kind of playing as a pick'em. They're definitely trying to pull at the heartstrings and go with Danielson as the pure underdog babyface, which is his best form. As much as he loves being a heel.
We shall see what happens. We shall see what's up. What the hell?
You see are you looking at James Charles right now?
No.
Okay, good. I didn't see it, but apparently everyone else has seen it. So
no,
if you have seen it, T's and P's.
It's Hump Day 38. Shut
Respectfully, rumor on the street is that those are dead. So love to see they made a comeback. Literally.
Yeah. All right. This Sunday, it is the Queen of the Underground at Emporium. Hale Ugwa is running. You can see matches like Milo versus Alice Blair. You can also see Jordan Cruz defend the Ugwa title against Alex Ace, the Anomaly. Yeah. Let's see what else we got here. Marco Mayor versus Tania is a part of the Queen of the Underground match. Jen Savani versus Christina Von Area, the two or Jen Savani, the current head mistress of the Doc Atrocity, the Graveyard Shift, going up against Christina Von Area, the former one. Brooke Havoc versus Brittany Wonder. Also got a triple threat. Nick Xander versus Chris Nasty versus one half of the tag champions, Journey Fatu. All that and much more. Ugwa never disappoints, especially at Emporium. I think that's gonna do it. Anything else, guys? Oh, the Queen of the Indies is this
Queen
weekend.
Of the Indies this Saturday at United Irish Cultural Center.
Yes, Pro Wrestling Revolution and West Coast Pro getting together. A lot of great matchups there. You're going to see a lot of great talent on that show. Make sure you do not miss either shows, both in San Francisco. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. We will be back for another podcast next week. As always, be safe and stay dangerous.